What's up, guys? Welcome back to another drawing tutorial. So today we have Hunter x Hunter Meruem versus Netero, that epic anime battle of the gods. It was fantastic. So this is just the two characters. So we're on a landscape page as usual. Well, most of the time we're on a landscape orientation page now. Use your pencil definitely for this. Versus characters and stuff are always a bit more tricky than standard. So Netero here, Meruem on this side, and let's go. We'll start with Netero. So we're just going to start with, let's see, we'll start with his eye, right? I think it's easiest. So, because his nose isn't like a straight nose. I usually start with the nose when it's on the faces, but I think it's easier to do the eye. Yeah, okay. So halfway line here, down this way. Meruem on this side, Netero here, and just above the halfway here. So like, I'd say the point of his nose will be on the horizontal halfway line, just there. And then his eyes just a little bit over from that. So he's looking over to the side, and we do a line across like so. Okay? Just a horizontal sort of line. And then the back eyelid comes down like that. And then his iris. So his iris is just, so he's looking up. So it's like underneath, just there. And then the bottom eyelid, just there, underneath that iris. So we have a gap. You could draw a line up to there if you want, but there isn't one in the picture, so I'll leave it off. And then a line just for his bottom eyelid, just there as well. So these lines aren't joined together. This is his eye, and we just have an iris just there, and he's looking up. Okay, and then he has just the top eyelid here, like so. And then he got that big bushy eyebrow above it, right? So it's like a big caterpillar just here, so just up, like so, kind of a bushy, sort of scraggly kind of line. And it comes down around his eye, down this way, okay? So it can be like a bumpy, wavy line. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then the other side has hair spikes, right? So we go hair spike like this. Start like this, and then bring it around. And then it'll start to go around that shape for his eyebrow, like that. So we're going to bring it down now, and it's thicker up here and skinnier down here. It's going to go down, like so, into there, okay? And if we want, we can thicken up his eyelid, maybe his eyelash line, just to make it stand out a bit more. Just looking at that there, I think it needs a little bit of thickness. So, and then just another eyelid line, so coming up just like a bump for his eye, just there. And then it comes out from the eyebrow, just about somewhere here. Yeah, maybe there. Okay, so now we'll attempt the nose. So just on the outside of his eyebrow here, it comes down like this. Okay, this is the bridge of his nose. And then his big sort of bumpy nose, he's got a massive nose. So it bumps down, no offense, Netero, bumps down like so, like that. And then it curves around like so. And then back under for the nostril. And then curves around for the back of the nostril, just there, right? So real big nose. And he's an old guy, so he's got those sort of cheek lines and, you know, those sort of wrinkles and stuff coming down on his mouth, like this. His jawbone, you know, the one on your cheek, you can, because elderly people sort of have these things more visible when they get skinnier and their skin gets older and stuff. Why am I talking about this? Okay, and bags under his eyes. Wrinkles. Just here. Like so. Ooh. And then just his brow on this side just goes up. Curves around the and goes up towards his head. We'll finish his bottom jaw first though. So he doesn't have a top lip because he's got a mustache. So it comes out like so, spiking. Like that sort of thing. Just a fuzzy, do it any way you want really. Fuzzy mustache. And then his bottom lip comes out from there. Like so. Bottom lip line maybe just coming across like this. Just there. And then his chin will come down. And he's got a schmig. Well, in Ireland we call it the schmig. Goatee, maybe in other countries we call it, he's got no schmig. And that's just like a hairy, spiky thing sticking off his chin here. So you could do these any way you want. Just zigzag lines, that's what you're going for. Okay. You could do it longer or shorter if you want. You could do it tied up. You know, you could stylize it a bit. Just some hatching lines on it. Okay, so then his jaw. So we got like a line for his chin first, and then his jawbone comes up like so. And we're past his eyebrow now, okay, and past this cheekbone. So that's important. You want to make sure your jaw is past this before you start bringing it up. And your proportions as well, just for the nose and the face and stuff. The eyes to the bottom of the nose is the same as the bottom of the nose to the chin, okay? So here to here is the same distance as here to here. So that's the same. So the nose line, the bottom of the nose, marks halfway between the eyes and his chin here. Not his schmig, his chin. There to there. It's about halfway. So that's your proportions, and once you get that, you can move on. So then his ear starts up at the top of his eyebrow, curves around. He's massive ears as well, and big old earlobes like a Buddha. Curves around back up into there. And then we've bones and ligaments inside his ear. So the easiest way to do this always is like, you know, a letter J type thing, you know. But you can make it more detailed if you wanted, like this kind of thing. Add more lines and stuff. But you know, you can leave it whatever way you'd like. You can do more or less. And then his skin lines on his mouth, just there. Okay, so his head. So his head's gonna go like up to, say, probably about here, somewhere here. But as well, he is in proportion, so like the eye is halfway down the head. So this, so here to here, top of the head to the eye is about the same as the eye to the chin. About the same, okay? So then his forehead comes up and around to there. So you want them to touch. And then we're going to keep going around the back, okay? And you got to go past his ear, out past his ear like that. And then back around to the back of his head. And there's a bit of a wrinkle here, a bit of a fold for skin, and then his neck goes down like that. And he's got a top knot, kind of like a tied up piece of hair just up here. It's tied up, just bandaged up. And this sticks out, loads of hair sticking out up around his head. So you could do some texture lines on it. And he's got some wrinkles on his forehead as well, so like some lines coming up here. And then some lines coming down, like so. Okay, so that's the back of his neck. So the front of his neck is just, comes out from his chin here, right? So it comes like this direction. And then it kind of sticks out for an Adam's apple just there, and then comes down into his shirt, like so. And then the line for his shirt will join these two lines, so it'll go like this. Top of his t-shirt, just there. And then we've got some like neck muscle lines, just there. Some like more sort of wrinkles and stuff because he's old, but still powerful. Okay, so he has an arm, you know, in a prayer position, and one arm down, so he's like doing a move, you know, with the Boa Vista. So I guess we'll do top of his shirt, and then we'll do his shoulder first. Right, so yeah, so we'll just do top of his t-shirt. So it just comes down like so. And then this kind of bumps and then goes down into his chest. His arm will come across here, but his back goes down this way first. Goes off my page. If you have more room, you can just curve it around and bring it down here. It's just like a curved line for his shoulder blade, and then the rest of his t-shirt hangs off. I couldn't fit it in. Saws. And then, so his shoulder, so we just have a big sort of curved like shape just here, right? Like for the blue area of his shoulder. And it kind of comes down to his arm. And it's like, it can be bumpy because he's got like a t-shirt on. Okay. But then here he's got bicep, right? So this part is like anatomically correct. So don't do it bumpy, keep it smooth. Because that's his bicep, so you want it to be sort of smooth looking. And there could be a fold line there, and maybe one here. And then, yeah, so that comes that way. It kind of comes down into his forearm, so that's his bicep sticking off. And then we have a bit of a bicep line here. Hopefully making sense now. And this comes down to there. And then we have the line just for his blue t-shirt just coming, his sleeve, just coming across his bicep and his tricep. And the front of his body then comes down like, yeah, comes this way, like so. And then his arm, his other arm, you can kind of see down here, but you can't see much of it. But it's just like his forearm, kind of here, goes off down the page, and the crook of his elbow or something, just like here. Something like that. And then there's some fold lines for his armpit. This one's maybe longer a bit. Okay, so his forearm. So bumps up like so. And the other side of his arm is just here. Right? Forearm comes up to his wrist. Just there. And like on this side, his wrist bone will kind of stick out a little bit, come up to his hand. So his hand comes all the way up to his nose, right? So from here to here is hand. So this is wrist, and you might have like a wrist bone sort of thing going on. And so hand starts to come out, goes towards the schmig, and then this comes back up, bump out for a thumb knuckle, and then come up here, and then curve around. So that's his thumb, okay, and you could add like a nail sort of thing here. So then the next finger, so we have, we'll do the curves on top, so we go, just so we know. So index finger, middle finger always sticks up higher, ring finger down lower. So you have like 3 bumps, and then the little finger on its own, sort of down here, okay? So thumb is lowest, then little finger, ring finger, middle finger, index. And then we go down. So we kind of bump it down, like so, for his hand, and we have some lines coming down here, okay? Next one again, down. It can be bumpy because there's knuckles and things. You don't have to do a straight line. You could if you want to make it just easier on yourself. You can. It'll still look like a hand, but just little bumps like this kind of every now and then will just make it a bit more realistic. And here too. Like that. And we go down the other side. That kind of gets wider as it goes down, and then we hit the palm of the hand, just here, goes in, and then curves around the bottom. Like so. And then we'll add fingernails. So like fingernail here. Another one here. Another one here. Another one there. And then you can have like knuckle lines and stuff on his hands. Just every now and then coming down his fingers. And then knuckle lines just sort of here. Like so. Something like that. Dude, maybe this should stick out a little bit more just here. Okay, so is that all of Netero? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so Meruem. So Meruem's kind of launching himself in here. He's kind of flying a little bit, right? So, how to start with Netero or Meruem? Maybe his hat. Yeah. So just for ease, we're going to start with his hat line, right? So it's, say just above Netero's hand, you're going to just do like a curved line just here. So this is like the top of his hat, right? The edge of the peak of it. Okay. So it kind of looks like a sausage or something. Going back this way. Right, and then it kind of curves up. And this is the other side of it. Kind of gets wider as it goes up, comes down, back around. Yeah, and then it comes back. And he's got like a thing on the back of his neck as well, but don't need to worry about that. So this comes along halfway, just down it to there. Okay, so that's the peak of his hat. And then from here, so his nose curves down, like so. Real pointy. Comes back underneath. Like so. And then this comes down to his top lip. Bring it back in a little bit. So look at the line we're on now. So we're going horizontal, diagonal that way. And then his middle of his mouth, just there. Kind of a downturned kind of mouth. Just in there. And then his bottom lip comes out, down. And then his chin, down to here and around. So then his eye is just in here. So it's just like a box. It's kind of an easy sort of shape. So it first comes down like so. And then it'll go across, follow the sort of direction of his hat. And then we bring it up like so. And of course, this is kind of dark around here. That. And then his iris, big iris, just in here. You maybe see a pupil, but it's kind of sideways, so you can't really see much of one. Oh, and his nostril then, just kind of a line for his nostril just there. And maybe the bridge of his nose, just a line like so. Okay, so then he's got those long things coming down from his ears, so it kind of comes down this way. And they're kind of round at the bottom. They've got like a little bit sticking off. It's like they're like his earlobes or something, but they're real long, sticking down on the bottom, like so. And maybe a line there. So then his jaw kind of comes down from there. So it just comes down and then goes around into there. They don't touch because his neck travels down this way. It goes down in behind that sort of thing there. And then the rest of his ear is in behind here, so it comes down, around, down towards his jaw. And there's some bones and ligaments inside. A simple kind of style, just here, like that. So then he has a piece on the back of his hat. So he's got like, or his helmet, you know, just like a, I don't know, a piece of armor or something. I can't really make it out. Just there, and then it curves down along his neck, like so. And then the back of his hat, just there, and then goes up into here. I think this could have some lines on it, like so. Coming down like that, but can't really make it out. Something like that. It's real dark, the picture I'm drawing from. Okay, so the rest of his helmet. So he's got those curved lines that go along it. This here first comes up from the top, and then we've a piece of that sort of turtle-like shell. Curves all the way up, like so. And then it'll go around the back. Like so, and this may join just here a little bit. And then this is a double line, so this goes around again. Around the back. Kind of curves up into here. And then the next one just comes down here. Like a purple thing. Another shape on the helmet. And this one has like some lines coming across, like every couple of inches or something. Just coming across his helmet there. And then the helmet itself has some lines coming down here. Like so. So, okay. So the rest of his waistcoat then, it like comes down around like so. Or is this his chest? Maybe his chest. Yeah, so this is like the line for his chest actually, just there. And then his waistcoat is just beside it, like that. So this comes all the way up to there, it goes back in, like so, right? It goes around his bicep, goes up off my page. So chest, waistcoat. So his shoulder is like a round ball, kind of here. So it just curves around. Like that. Like a big letter C. Just there. And then there's like a shoulder sort of line there. And maybe an armpit line just there. just to show that it's waistcoat clothing kind of thing. And then his tricep, real round, bumps off back of my page. And then he's got those coils that go up his limbs, so just like a tube with lines on it. Like that. And then his bicep curves around like this. It goes up this way. And then we have another green sort of line here. And he's got that circle on his shoulder. It's like a purple circle, so it's got like one line and then another one on the outside. Like that kind of thing. Right, so that's his chest. So then the other side of his chest should be here. So it's much skinnier, but it comes down alongside it into here. And then we bring this down and we start adding a few bumps just for abs and stuff. Okay, like that. And then like a line for an abdominal muscle just here. Like that. So that's the first, and then like line there, and then line there, and then a line coming down for his abs there, and maybe his oblique muscles or something, just there. So he's launched himself in real fast at Netero. The other side of that, his ear thing that hangs down just here. So that curves down the other side. And then his neck muscles, we forgot to add them. So like a line here, maybe a line there. And he's got that throat hole. Is it a throat hole? Like down here on the front of his chest. It's real weird. It's like a line here and like a hole just in there. That. And then his shoulder on the other side, so curves down that way, and his waistcoat will go around it. So we can only see a little bit of the waistcoat on this side, so it comes down like so. And his other hand is sticking down here. He's clenching like a fist. So let's see. So we have like a curved line there, and then this kind of bumps around for the bottom of his hand, and then his arm comes back up into there. Right? So then what? So hand, side of the hand here, kind of bumps out then. Like so, and then we have like knuckles then. So say 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's kind of bigger. Like that, and his thumb then comes across here. So that's his thumb. Just there. So that's like the general shape for the fist. You know, when you make a fist, your thumb comes across. And thumbnail on that. And so you can thicken up some of the lines if you wanted, just to add some shadows, but don't have to really. He's got like another line for his wrist just there, and then the finger lines. So this comes across and down, this one comes across there. Bottom of that finger comes up, bottom of this finger comes to about there, and then you might have like some skin lines and stuff just there. And then the line for the palm of his hand, you know, your lifeline and all that stuff, just here, if you believe in that kind of thing. And Netero was kind of clean looking, because this is the stage in the fight where Netero was just pounding on him, you know, before Meruem took his limbs. So Meruem has lots of scratches all over him, so you can add as much of this as you'd like. Yeah. Again, you can thicken up edge lines if you wanted. Sometimes it's cool. Lots of animes have started using dynamic sort of edge lines on their pictures, and I've started to really like doing it in my pictures as well. You're basically just like thickening up some of the edge lines. I won't spend too much time doing that because it'll just make the video too long. Yeah, and if you want, you can add some kind of dirt in the air and dots and stuff, like, you know, because they're fighting and there's like lots of debris and things. And you know, just some lines like this, like some dirt and things, just to fill up the empty space. Sometimes it makes the drawing look a bit better. But totally up to you. I think I will leave it there. And I would say thank you for watching as usual. Smash like, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.